Making a flower fertilizer at home is very easy, even a beginner can do this. So in this video, we will see how you can make the best ever fertilizer for flowering plants. So let's begin, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. First of all, it's important to know what exactly flowering plants need in their fertilizer. If we know what they actually need, then we can make the most ideal fertilizer, the fertilizer that will get you the best results. Three plant required nutrients are the most important ones: nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus. For flowering plants, potassium and phosphorus are most important, while nitrogen is required but less important. Trace elements like calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc, sulfur, etc. are also very important. They mainly supervise the smooth flowering of a plant. Deficiency of any element puts stress on the plant, and hence the budding and flowering get affected. If the pH of your fertilizer is slightly acidic, this enhances the absorption of nutrients by the roots. So overall, a nutrients-rich slightly acidic fertilizer is our requirement for flowering plants. With an ideal fertilizer, a plant faces no kind of nutritional deficiency, and this results into the fullest flowering of a plant. Just remember, the season, soil and pot size all are equally important. If you use an ideal fertilizer on your plant, it will grow buds and flowers throughout the growing season, with buds appearing bigger and flowers blooming fully and vibrantly. If the plant is mature, then it will definitely produce as many flowers as possible. Due to the use of a good fertilizer, the plant also becomes immune to diseases, stays healthy and fights stress on its own. The soil media also gets a lot of benefits from the use of a good fertilizer. Over time, the soil becomes soft and fertile. Overall, the use of a good fertilizer on flowering plants is most important to get the best flowering. So subscribe for more videos. Now let's learn how we can make a fertilizer for flowering plants at home. We will use a few organic ingredients. Some of them are also added in the description box to buy. The first and the most useful ingredient of our flower fertilizer is leaf compost. Leaf compost is full of micro elements and it is absorbed by the plant very well. It's slightly acidic, which is our requirement. It is absorbed by the roots very effectively. You can also make leaf compost right at your home by using dried leaves. A video guide on this method is also added in the description below. Another ingredient of our homemade flower fertilizer is potato peels. Potato peels are rich in potassium, which is the primary element required by a flowering plant. Potassium drives the whole flowering stage of a plant, and potato peels are an organic and free source of potassium. You can just dry them in the sun and crush them into a powder form. Another thing you need to make fertilizer for flowering plants is cow dung fertilizer. Cow dung is used very widely because of its miraculous benefits. It's high in nitrogen, that's why we are using only a small amount. Besides nitrogen, it contains all the essential plant nutrients. It's also pH neutral and it's available everywhere. You can either use cow dung compost or dried cow dung, but don't use fresh cow dung. It's very high in nitrogen and may burn your plants. You can also buy cow dung from the description below. One key ingredient we need in our fertilizer is rock phosphate. It's a rock with a lot of phosphorus in it. We only need a small amount. It's very effective in strengthening the roots of flowering plants. If you can't get rock phosphate, then you can also add some eggshells, but try using rock phosphate. It's also added in the description below to buy. A video guide on rock phosphate benefits is also added in the description below. So here we have all our ingredients in the right amounts. Mix them well and our homemade organic flower fertilizer is ready to use. For correct use of this flower fertilizer, let the upper layer of soil dry out a bit and then add this fertilizer. Around 4 to 5 tablespoons are enough for a 5 to 6 inches pot. For a bigger pot, use more of this fertilizer. Mix really well and water thoroughly. The best time to use this fertilizer is during the growing season of the plant. Use at least once a month for effective results, and you can also use it twice a month. You will see your plants growing really fast and producing a lot of flowers. Following the correct method, you can use this homemade organic flower fertilizer on all kind of flowering plants, whether it's a seasonal plant or a permanent plant, whether it prefers less or more sunlight, or even on flowering vegetables. It shows the best results on all such plants. Just don't use it on very small sized or diseased plants. That's all about making a flower fertilizer at home. Here is the detailed video on making a potting mix for all kind of flowering plants at home. Feel free to follow this guide and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.